And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Welcome back, boys. It is Elite Tier time. We are having double digits drivers. Isn't that crazy? 13 brave soldiers made it here for our entertainment tonight. Absolutely lovely.
Scenes, honestly, double digits. We didn't think this was possible at one point, but here we are. We have some challenger drivers with us. By some, I mean, hopefully two, in Rice and Nitro. Nitro, who did get pole in the challenger race, but ended up getting P3 due to a krill issue with the wall. And Rice, who finished, oh my god, P6 in the end, just behind Fabian. He'll be looking to get some points on the board in the elite tier. But yeah, very interesting. And I think the tipped favourite for pole, Lauda, will be already getting a 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah, for collision with his teammate. This is the Alpines I came to see.
Janneman throwing already. This is what we like to see.
Yeah, Janneman does never not throw. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
And to be fair, whenever I'm not looking, he's winning. I was like, when I was debating whether or not to stream earlier, I was like, oh well. Baku is usually content, but at least we're gonna have a Alpine 1-2 again. When it's not on stream. These guys are just chokers. Can't drive when they're being watched. Until proven differently, honestly. I mean, hey, be my guest. Just win now.
Okay, I've just been pinged in Challenger Tier General, and someone said, have you ever been told your announcing voice sounds like Brendan Lee?
Who is Brendan Lee? I only know Brendan back.
He's got him.
Okay.
But no, he's an old F1 esports champion who's does F1 intros now, and if Cassian is in, I don't think he will be, but no, I've never been told that I sound like Brendan Lee. That is a very interesting comparison. But the first car to start a lap won't be Brendan Lee, it'll be Brendan back here, who'll be looking for around the top 3 in qualifying. He's got some good pace in...
I swear, the wall, it didn't exist like this in the past. Why is everybody driving into this otherwise? Brendan back hit this full on.
Wall merchant? No, he's just a wall merchant. I've seen him smack into 2 walls. That's too many.
Yeah. Rip Martin 2024. Welcome back, Martin.
I wonder if anyone will ever beat his find wall any % speed run.
But to be fair, that one was pretty crazy fast.
That was the bugs he used in that was incredible. It was what was it? I think it was Zandvoort.
Yeah, he just, I don't know, he just oversteered straight into a wall, I think, from the start. Just wheel spin, and, well...
Yeah, that's, well, we won't be seeing that from Martin, but I did say earlier in Elite General, I said, can we have a prediction for how long until Lauda bottles it? And it's taken him 30 seconds into qualifying to have a 5-place grid drop. So, I mean, my prediction's clearly very good here, but it's going to be the Challenger Tier driver, or as it stands, 1 point away from the Challenger Tier Championship. Nitro, who is going to set the first lap, went with a 39.4 for his pole in Challenger Tier. As he looks to cross the line, bank a lap in the Elite Tier. It's not going to be a 139, it's going to be a 140.7. Significantly off the pace, and I'm sure we'll be beaten immediately by Mofa and then by Lauda in doubles fashion, as we're into the 38s already.
Yeah, Lauda all purple sectors. Nope, now Sector 3 purple taken away by Yanneman.
The greatest to ever do it. But yeah, Rice actually gets ahead of Nitro in that perspective. So big lap from Rice there, as much as it's a banker for both drivers. Yeah, it'd be a bit of confidence for Rice in the squad. As I'm going to head on board with Speed Racer, who's going to the line now. It's a 140.3, puts him into P6. Prost retakes the back of the grid for a 140.0, and Master Yan will be coming towards the end of Sector 2. He'll be looking to slot behind Seagull and Hussein, who have both set laps. Seagull is 7/10 behind Lauda here. That is an incredible gap from Lauda. I don't know if that is just a very, very good lap from Lauda, or Seagull is just a bit off the pace this weekend, as someone has found the wall somewhere, and it was Seagull.
Was about to say time for a Fanta Phantom pole, but Fanta is not even driving, so I guess that's not happening.
Wait, why is Fanta not driving?
I don't know. I think
we saw him
I can vaguely remember him saying he just couldn't be asked for this track, but I'm not sure if there is an actual reason why he isn't driving, or if it's just
I'm gonna ask. Hold on.
being. No, he's in the chat. He will answer. You don't need to reach out for him. Really.
I've reached out. Arms embraced.
Yeah.
I want some of that Phantominum love and affection. Am I right?
For real.
But yeah, is there anyone on a lap? Because I think most drivers now are on their in laps, yeah, and all driving into the pits, unless Prost is going for another lap.
Oh, Rice is going for another lap.
Oh.
Because Baku is being worse than being forced to listen to Justin Bieber for 2 weeks straight, night and day, while being waterboarded by the CAA. Okay. That's one way to say it.
Are we? Speaking from experience, are we? That's very oddly specific, shall we say? But yeah, wait.
Look, this may sound crazy, and don't get any wrong ideas of like fulfilling Dumato's life wishes, but I kind of want to know what it feels like to get waterboarded. Like, surely,
what?
Like, it's no, but you get it. Like, I don't know. Can you imagine it being that bad?
Yeah,
like,
yes.
Yeah, I can imagine it's probably that bad, but I can't imagine how it feels that bad, right? Like, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but
it's used as a torture technique.
Yeah, I know it's probably horrible, but then at the same time, bro, it's a wet towel on your face.
I don't think anyone has ever come away from being waterboarded and said, yeah, again.
Yeah, no, I don't think so neither, but you get what I mean. I just can't imagine how it is so bad, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but that is a crazy statement.
Yeah, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, guys, we're fulfilling Doom's life wish. We're gonna be waterboarding him.
No, I said in the beginning before I put out this hot take, this is not meant to be an inspiration. I can probably live well with the fact that I'm never gonna find out.
Yeah.
Our next Ascension meetup, I'm just gonna wake up in the middle of the night.
Yes, you will. Also, does it involve a towel? I mean, I thought it was just like forcing someone with water.
I thought it was like, yeah, you're being like, they put water over your face like the entire time, but they also have like a towel on your face, so you can't really like recover with breathing. But it might just be you being repeatedly drowned, which I would consider far less enjoyable than just being there with a wet towel on your face.
It is just being repeatedly drowned.
No, Fanta's saying you put a towel over mouth and nose and then dump water on it.
Oh, okay. Well, and your first thought when you heard that was, oh, I wonder what that's like. I kind of want to try it.
No, it's not my first thought, but it's a thought that came at some point. Like, you know how they put wet towels on your face in spa and stuff?
It's not a massage. They're not giving you a
Hey, I'm
massage
not
and then
saying they give
crowning
me a
you.
massage, man. I was just saying, like,
You're not having.
bro,
You're
I
not
am
having.
aware this is a fucking torture method. You know, I'm not saying it probably feels crazy, but I'm just
Oh.
saying I have no idea how it would feel like that bad. You know?
We're not having Prime Twin Alex and Twin Mark. Like massage your feet while you're getting
Oh,
a
bro,
hot towel on your
why
face.
are they massaging my
It's
fucking
not
feet, man? Stay
happening.
away from that shit.
You sound like you're going to a spa. Like, oh, you know when they put hot
Yeah,
towel?
to
It's
watch a
nothing.
race. No,
It's. I'm sure it's nothing like that.
yeah, I'm sure as well. But all I'm saying is I can't imagine it, dude. I was just giving us a little bit of content to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
throw a little hot take in here, make like
Most
disqualifying a little bit more entertaining, you know?
Yeah, but like most people in their life aren't getting
Nah,
waterboarded.
okay, yeah, but did you never feel like you were like, oh damn, I wish how, I don't know, getting hit by a bus feels.
No, no. What? Do you just enjoy pain?
No,
Is, is
that
this it?
example, look, I had no other
Getting
example
hit by a
ready, so I
bus?
just pulled that out of Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
What?
so...
D- okay, yeah, okay, that's valid. No, that reason, yeah, that makes sense. But bro, you could barely like walk after that. No,
Yeah, probably not.
like
But then again, like 3 months of work.
yeah, but like, did you see Gina in Brooklyn and how she got hit by the bus?
She seemed fine.
Do you want to be in that sort of contraption? We'd have to carry Doom. We'd have to put Doom in the luggage for the Ascension meetup.
Yeah, in a coffin.
Well, hopefully the bus isn't going quick enough that you die.
Yeah, I don't need to be dead to lie in a coffin. That's probably very comfortable.
What? Okay, these are like wild hot takes with Dumato.
No,
Can we make this
Look,
like a show?
if you think of a coffin like just a random wooden box, yeah, fair. But like these things are like filled with paddings everywhere, and it's probably like very soft and sort of comfy to just lay in them.
Okay, this might be speaking too much from personal experience, but I'm slightly claustrophobic. So,
I was
like,
thinking you were elaborating on your personal experience of laying in coffins, but fair enough.
oh no, I have never willingly or like been forced to lie in a coffin. By the way, during all of this, Hussein is another driver into the 38s, but we can.
Yeah,
Well, any
Lauda's
any
gonna
other
head into the 37s now.
Yeah, any other bits
He
of
griefed
physical
it.
harm. Any other bits of physical harm you're thinking about trying?
Nah, I've had
Want
my fair share.
experience?
Actually, I
What,
haven't had. I've been a smart kid. I've never done stupid things. I've never broken a bone.
Neither.
I've never even, like, had a concussion or anything similar.
Nope.
I
Same.
think yeah. Really, it did not ever do anything to get me injured.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear. But yeah, Mofa now going to second place. What
What the hell?
what is Mofa cooking? What are these illegal setups?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Where
is
do you
there
find
like
them?
extra traction coming with the Lauda setups? What the hell?
Well, according to Nitro, not, because Nitro used Lauda's setup in Challenger.
Yeah, Nitro did
uh,
not have the cheat software attached to it.
He only got the numbers.
Yeah,
came with it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's
It's
unfortunate.
the Middle
Maybe
Eastern
you should,
technology.
Empty
Really
only
quite
V5?
the explosive strat.
Yeah, literally.
Nobody's going on. Oh, and the MQ is. Oh well, MQ is a good while back from starting a hot lap still, but he's gonna be the next one to do it.
Can he get into the
man.
38 as well? A Lauda MQ Mofa top 3 would not. Wait, I just realized, yeah. Lauda has a 5th-place grid penalty, so as it sits currently, Mofa's on pole.
Yeah, that's crazy actually.
That is beyond crazy. Bro, him and Bats used to be fighting at points in the season.
Yeah.
Bats needs to get a hold of that cheat software and quick. Because my goodness, they're purely. And has Hussein gone up? Why is Hussein not? Oh, he switched to the hards for a second. Well, at least we know Hussein's got an extra set of hard compound tires. Because he just switched them, and I thought he was going on an outlap on hard tires, and that would be probably one of the biggest throws in the history of Formula Sundays. But yeah, MQ gonna be the next driver on a lap for a while, actually.
I mean,
the next
look,
driver behind his friend.
Lauda is saying it's not fair, really not fair. Just stop crashing into Jannemann in qualifying. You've done it twice now this season.
Exactly.
Like, it's not that hard. Just don't
Exactly.
hit your teammate, man. Like, what? Have you tried not
Jannemann's-
smelling your teammate's bum? I'm pretty sure that will get you killed in your country anyways.
Yeah, Jannemann's rear is not for touching.
Looking only.
Yeah, exactly. As MQ starts his final lap, I believe he's not going to get another lap in. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep up with the pace of his teammate. Probably not, though. That is a very good track for Mofa. I wonder how many hours Mofa has spent on Baku. What do you reckon?
At least one. Bro,
Smart.
what do I know? I have no fucking idea, man.
It's a prediction!
Yeah,
Boom,
but
it's a prediction,
bro,
man.
why would I know? I don't
You're not
stalk you
supposed to,
guys.
I'm not asking you to provide me with an answer. I'm asking you to provide me with a prediction. You know, like they'd say, like first.
It's not a
favorite, second
prediction,
favorite.
it's a guess. The predictions have to be in the future. But look, my guess is 3. I don't know how much these guys grind. Probably more.
Cassie just said, "Can she get an invite, or is it too late?"
Wait, who?
Catalina.
I mean, we can get her in. She's gonna start last, but
Okay, and I'm trying to force I'm trying to force some kick Sauber on some, but MQ's 4 tenths up, going into the back straight, and poor. Okay, he was close from taking a third there. We almost saw a top 3 of MQ, Mofa, and Lauda.
nah, don't worry. Our Lord and Savior, Mr. Gull, is approaching his last hot lap. He only needs a 10th, pretty much, to... he needs 2 tenths to go pole, because Lauda's gonna lose it.
Yeah.
So...
Maybe he needs a second. What if, imagine he just grabs like a 1.5 seconds and goes into 1:37s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Lauda can go so fast, Seagull can at least go 2 tenths quicker still. So,
Anything you can do, I can do better. Our vibe. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much up he is after the first sector. I think that's the telling point here, as all the final laps now will start to come in, and Prost puts it just behind Brendan back in P7. A very nice lap for him if no one improves. But Seagull net 0 pretty much in the first sector. No improvement to be found from him. The next person to the line, I believe, is going to be Nitro, who puts his McLaren into P6 ahead of his teammate. Brilliant lap from the Challenger driver, and that is a statement of a lap as well, putting some time between himself and Brendan back. The next car to the line is going to be Yeast. What can Yeast do from P12? He improves his time, but not enough to get ahead of the Red Bull of Marcel Jan, who is the next car to cross the line, and he goes to P7. Everyone wants P7, only one person can have it, and Seagull is not improving by the amount he needs here to get even above MQ. He's only about 0.5 tenth up. He's going to need to find some time in the final sector here. Can he do it? Well, we shall see. What ERS has he got? And Speed Racer now goes to P8. Brendan back insistently having a very poor qualifying, and Seagull to the line. P3. It's going to be Mofa on pole.
Yep, it is gonna be more for... Oh, actually, Jannemann is more than 0.5 second up. But more than 0.5 second is by far not enough, if I see that correctly.
Yes, you do see that correctly. And wow, Lauda would have been on pole by 9/10.
Yeah,
That's
that's
probably
crazy actually.
that's probably the biggest margin of the season. That's incredible work. But obviously he will start in P6 now. So Mofo technically starts on pole. Will he bottle it immediately? Yes. But that's not the point.
Oh, well, I have some trust.
No.
He's gonna get rammed into the wall by Seagull in turn 1 when Seagull lunges to the inside. This is
Seagull with
my
the metal
prediction.
chair?
Yeah, Seagull is gonna murder. Seagull is gonna have his first big report coming in the last few years.
Seagull saw Cherry do it in Challenger and was like, this is
Yeah,
a
he
good
was like,
idea.
yeah, that's my type of win.
Yeah, as Catalina did actually make it in, which is good.
Yeah.
So Catalina does technically start from the back of the grid and use Kick Sauber. Yes, the Kick Sauber Challenger drivers.
Yeah,
Please,
Kickstarter,
please.
this very serious streaming platform that is totally not broadcasting torture videos until people die on stream.
You can probably you can probably watch some waterboarding there
Yeah,
if that's what
maybe.
you're
Actually,
into.
let's check this out.
Yeah, I'll commentate on the race. You can go watch waterboarding streams on Kick. Okay, so Doom is going to be deep into research, and it looks like it's going to be a completely dry race for us here in the elite tier. And yeah, well, it'll be very interesting to see. Seagull currently has a 50-point lead over Jimsky. So if he what's the points gaps? He's a 31 point. Seagull wins today, he will take the championship. A second place isn't good enough. Second place again, like Challenger, would put him 1 point behind here. As yeah, we see Mofa starting on pole. He's gonna absolutely floor it, I imagine.
Yeah, he's driving
To the
another hot lap
line.
out here. I
Yeah,
have
and
just taken a look of Lauda's atrocious crimes that led him to P6. Show tire. Everybody is on mediums, but Brandenburg, Rice, and Yeast. Everybody else is on mediums.
Rice does not learn from his mistakes. He used the hard tire in Challenger, and it didn't pay off for him, and he's using it again. He has too much faith in those hard compounds of tire. But yeah, not MQ, Mofa kind of flooring it on this lap. And Catalina's got a default setup. Oh no.
Nah, easy.
That's going to be fun. There's not much to talk about. Yes, as you said, the top 8 are all on mediums, and it's Brendan back going for a bit of a risky strategy in P9. Well, not risky, but a bit of an alternative strategy from P9. He really needs that if he's going to make up places in this race. And yeah, then Yaneman very far back down in P10, to be honest. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long Mofa can hold on. I'm not going to ask Doom for any predictions, so I got absolutely slandered last time I did.
No.
But
You asked for a guess. I'm down to do a prediction. What do you want to know?
How long will Mofa hold the lead of this race?
He's gonna lose it by the end of lap 1.
And okay. Any turn specifically, do you think?
I think he's probably gonna hold on fine, and then Seagull is gonna rob him on the main straight.
That sounds a decent prediction. I'm gonna go with lap 3. I don't think Seagull's gonna get there in DRS.
Or we go back to the initial prediction and Seagull kills him in turn 1.
Seagull taking something out of Cherry's book. Now that would be absolute cinema if I've ever seen it in this race. But yeah, all the drivers lining up. It's Cassidy, obviously, who finishes out the grid. Yeast unable to park properly. And well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the elite tier. We saw Cherry win in Challenger. Who's going to take it all in the elite tier? It's lights out and away we go in the elite tier. And Seagull straight off the line has got Mofo. The poor start from him, and MQ gets up to P3. And all drivers get away cleanly, but Seagull wins the prediction. Mofa didn't even hold it a single turn.
Yeah, everybody
Lauda
survived though, I think, from what I see. Lauda did gain some major positions on MQ and Nitro here. Actually, Nitro must have gained some as well. I don't think he started that far up. Oh, and Brandon back is in the spin. Not sure if by his fault or anybody else. Prosk and Rice also enjoying some company here. I think the two... I think it's both Polish drivers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a little bit of a friendly chat.
Yeah, Lauda's got past Mofa as well. That is... Mofa made a mistake somewhere, because he's dropped back a lot to Lauda. So that's very interesting. But Seagull out in the lead by a second. Lauda has flown through Hussein, Nitro, MQ, and Mofa in not even the first lap. So a brilliant first lap for him. As two separate groups form here. It'll be Lauda and Seagull, and then Mofa holding up the rest of the pack.
Yeah, and I mean it is Hussein who lost a lot of ground as well on his start. I think he started third. 3 positions down now, behind Nitro. And yeah, before these guys we have the Middle Eastern connection, I guess, with the Mercedes and Lauda, of course, chasing after Seagull. Why is Seagull so good? Oh, well, I don't know, probably ask him to do as soon as said that. Ask him to do a stream where he has a wheel cam and feet cam for gas pedal inputs as well.
Feet cam?
Yeah. For education purposes, right?
Of course. Or what else would it be for? Of course it's for education purposes, nothing else.
Yeah, and so Daddy has something to watch as well.
Oh, of course. We've got to make sure Daddy is entertained in these F1 streams. Maybe next week we get a Dumato feet cam. Maybe that's the way to entice viewers.
I don't think it is, honestly. I'm always surprised by how big this thing actually is. Like...
How big what is?
Yeah, like the entire feet thing.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Because I personally don't get it, but like I don't know, it's kind of crazy what you can do.
Neither do I. Maybe you should ask Daddy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, Daddy is the expert. Why. Yeah.
Daddy, certified Formula Sundays feet expert. That'd be a brilliant title for him, actually. Feet expert. That's something we'll have to review later on. But as I was speaking, the train from P3 down to P9 being led by Mofa and MQ, and then Nitro and P5, I think they will drop off of the top very, very early. And I'm surprised, to be honest, that MQ hasn't fallen back and let Mofa sort of run away with P3 to sort of secure Mofa a podium, because that'd be a very big result for him.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be between P1 and 2, and then everybody else is gonna scrap it out for the rest. DRS train all the way down to Janneman. And then behind is the people who crashed on the start.
Yeah, those people have taken a bit of a disadvantage. Yeast as well, I think, might have got caught in that, as Nitro gets past MQ, and MQ maybe had a bit of contact with the wall because he's lost out to Hussein here. And the big thing about that is MQ has broken DRS to Nitro behind. So big moment, and Nitro is going to have to really fight his car now to get back in that. Or Hussein, MQ, Marceljan will probably all benefit here from that. As, yeah, Mofa driving away a bit here in P3. But at the top, Lauda and Seagull are within that 1 second gap. So we could expect a fight here and potentially a Lauda switch of positions. Both are exactly tied on ERS. So it'll be interesting to see if they burn. Seagull does, Lauda does. So I think we just got a massive drag down to turn 1.
Yeah, point 8 is a little bit too far to make a move usually though, unless Lauda's running way less downforce. It's actually almost dropping out of the DRS window, really tightly played by Lauda there. It's, only a few thousandths away from not getting DRS at all. Does look like he did get a decently better turn 1. This is a lot of wheel spin though, so I don't think the move here is coming. He's not using ERS anymore neither, it's just getting that little bit of ground with the DRS and going back into follow mode after. Oh, Prosk in a wall.
Oh, well. That's not what Prosk would want to see. He qualified really well as well, I think, if I just check. Yeah, he qualified. Oh no, he ended up qualifying P11. But he was up there at one point, so hit that collision with Rice. Not doing him any good here, as, yeah, the gap now from Mofa to Lauda is 3 seconds, and Hussein has closed in onto the Mercedes, so expect that move on the main straight. But yeah, it's just a form of 3 packs here. Seagull and Lauda, Mofa and basically the rest of the point scorers, and then Yeast, Catalina and Brendan back, all in a bit of a pack of their own and a huge DRS train, so anything could happen. I reckon that I predict there'll be contact and a crash around lap 8.
Well, Speed Racer doing his best to make that happen a little bit earlier. But he survived that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's now Seagull and Lauda 4/10 within it. Surely Lauda is going to get the move and reclaim first place here. Seagull's got no ERS and it's just an easy drive-by for the Alpine. Lauda took him 5 laps to regain that pole position that was taken off him due to contact, as Nitro drops another position. This time it is to MQ, who is just hanging on to Hussein's DRS in P4, and a big margin there. Seagull looks to fight this back, looks to send the move down the inside here, misses his braking point, but luckily no contact between the two front runners, and Brenda back has made a move on Yeast and will now look to chase towards Speed Racer, who's the first driver in that train to drop off of it.
Yeast knows a shortcut, it seems. May end up being a long cut actually. He's last now.
Yeah, Yeast is good for his shortcuts, shall we say. Yeah, he is, especially against me. I've seen a lot of shortcuts in my time from Yeast, and they are not too pretty, shall we say. But yeah, he is now back of the grid, a long way down, as Catalina, with the default setup, is sticking with Brenda back, and Speed Racer, all that traffic through the middle sector, has picked up a second on Yanaman, but the DRS is worth that, so I won't be surprised to see him jet back into the DRS here. But it is just one big train, and Hussein is sniffing the back of Mofa here. He really wants that move done, and MQ is all over the back of Hussein as well. Mofa could be down for an absolute slide here down the train. First to get Pi is Hussein. He gets the move into the podium spots. Then MQ. MQ is looking for a move on Hussein now, potentially. No move found. Only 2 positions dropped here for Mofa, but a big move for Hussein and MQ. The 2 Mercedes are going to want to get that podium spot back for at least one of them.
Sooner just pledging his life savings in gift subs to the channel if Yeast wins this race. Well, I think he may retire here in the pits, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he just has front wing damage and went in the pits because that.
Yeah, maybe, but how do we sell them if Yeast wins this race as a prize pool season?
No, well, I don't know. It's just everybody's mum is gonna have a sub to Sunday's Esports for a month.
And there's no races for like 2 weeks of that month.
Yeah, unlucky.
So really, they're getting scammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But yeah, there is a few gaps now actually. Mofa has dropped off 1 second off of MQ, and Nitro's dropped a second off of Mofa. So, oh no, never mind. Mofa has come back into it, but Hussein will look to drive away from MQ, and they've dropped the gap down by 2 seconds to Seagull and Lauda. So maybe a bit of contact between the two front runners that we didn't see, but MQ does get DRS, Mofa does not, neither does Nitro, and the first driver too is Marcel Jan, who is under attack here from the second Alpine in Yaneman, who looks for the move down the inside into turn one, a bit of wheel banging between the two, and a bit of wall contact from Yaneman, who loses a lot of time in that, and Nitro will rejoice. He's got DRS from the car in front, and no threat from the car behind.
I think Seagull and Lauda actually came together 1.5 laps ago or so, because I can remember Seagull slowing down to let Lauda back past. So I assume Seagull made some sort of really aggressive move into turn 3, and afterwards felt bad about it and gave it back to Lauda.
Yeah, that would seem the best way, because they've lost 2 seconds to Hussein, who now in the big news for him has dropped away from MQ. That 1 second mark is hanging on by an absolute thread here, and Hussein having that huge ERS advantage will probably burn that to get away from MQ, but is going to need to push that quickly, because he does not want to be towing MQ along here, especially down the main straight, which gains the driver anywhere between probably 6-7 tenths. So it is absolutely crucial that he gets that. And speaking of, Lauda has broken the 1 second gap to Seagull, so we might see Lauda potentially drive away here. But yeah, Hussein has also done that. So the only train left at this point is for Yaneman, who will be dragging along Marcel Jan and Speed Racer.
Yeah, basically almost everybody breaking their 1 second gaps right now. MQ into the pits, first car to dive in. From the limited amount of tire data I have available, the medium tires are approaching the 50% mark, slowly but steadily now. So they are not going to be the very greatest, I assume. Rather sooner than later everybody's going to have a little peek into the pits. Marcel versus Yaneman, number 2.
Yeah, and by the way, if you didn't see it, MQ picked up a 10-second penalty
on
his pit entry. So that is something he would definitely want to avoid, especially with all the DRS trains down the field. But an aggressive undercut pulled out from MQ. He dropped that 1 second to Hussein and said, right, I know what we must do. Undercut the car in front. But I think it's very early to pit, but considering the Challenger driver's got 15 laps on their hard tyres, with seemingly no issues, I think he should be more than good enough to get those tyres to the end. It's just how quickly he can dispatch Rice, and then he's got plenty of fresh air in front of him to attack at. But in big news for Seagull, he's pulled that gap back within a second here, so he'll be hunting down Lauda potentially on this lap. The gap ever dropping between the two, and there might be a move into turn 1. No, Lauda pits. Lauda going for a same as MQ very early, but unlike MQ, he nails his pit entry. So it's a good pit entry. What tyres? Well, obviously he's going on for hards. That's kind of obvious. But where does he feed back out in this race? He'll want to be ahead of Rice in that gap. Mofa also comes into the pits, and MQ does get past Rice, but a nice gap opens up for Lauda as he comes straight out into that fresh air with 3 seconds. But the big question is, he has Brendan back 3 seconds ahead of him on hard tyres, so he will not be coming into the pits anytime soon. So can he get past Brendan back so quickly that it doesn't hold up his race here? That is a very big question.
Question is also how strong the undercut really is, because MQ gained huge amounts of times against both Lauda and Mofa, and if Seagull stays out too much longer and is losing too much time on the overcut, it might be an entirely new problem for him here. regardless of if Lauda is gonna be held up behind Brandenburg, etc.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. The undercut does seem powerful. Obviously, MQ is about 7-8 seconds off of Lauda and has gained 2 seconds just in the undercut. So yeah, very big here. Brendan Back does get DRS from the Marceljan train, and Lauda is going to get DRS in a very strong exit for him. So that is a big benefactor for him, especially if Seagull pits this lap, which he does. He can't risk the overcut, and I don't blame him. As Hussein dives in as well, so we might see Nitro take the lead. No, we don't see Nitro take the lead. We don't see any of them. They're all coming into pit. All on lap 8, so Brendan Back takes the lead of this race, and the car behind him will more than likely be Lauda. But by how much is the gap? Oh, it's comfortable. It's a nice gap for Lauda.
Yeah, Seagull is remaining in P3 though, so at least he did not get caught by MQ. Now, what you said earlier might get into play here. Brandenburg could hold up Lauda through the middle sector a little bit, just by the virtue of being on all the tires. And Seagull could close that gap of a second back. It ultimately did not cost Seagull much at all. He was more than a second away either way. Now he's 1.5 away, of course, but presuming that Brandenburg's actually that much slower, he's gonna make that up within this middle sector, and then he's gonna be back in DRS range.
Yeah, I don't think Brendan Back's that slow, and he's also on the hard compound of tyres, which are probably just about a half distance, so he'll still be competitive. But yeah, the castle section, the real killer, they lost about 6/10 there.
Yeah.
Did Lauda and Brendan Back, and Seagull is right on the backs of them now. So it'll be very interesting to see what they both can do, because they'll both want to move. But with Seagull, oh no, they're actually equal on battery. With both being equal on battery, who is going to come out into turn 1 in the lead?
Gonna be hard for Seagull to go all the way through, I think. Lauda's gonna get DRS as well, and he's gonna have more slipstream. But actually, it does not look like Seagull can make it. Threatening a move to the inside a little bit by staying more inside than Lauda. But ultimately that only gives him a worse line through turn 1, and loses him some time in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, not much there to it, but yeah, both do get past Brendan Back now, so both will resume that fight for P1, with MQ having a huge undercut, 3 seconds ahead of Hussein. So that undercut, that aggressive undercut, really working for him. It's just whether he can hold on to that, or Hussein will be catching him every lap. And with 2 lap older tyres, he's just got to hope he doesn't reach puncture zone. But considering I don't know where that is, we'll find out.
I do think these tires are gonna last a decent amount of time. I think the wear is about 3 to 4% per lap, so even with the 15 laps remaining, we're only getting into like the 60%, so definitely well possible to finish the race on these compounds. Typically punctures only happen after, I think it's even either 75 or 80%.
Yeah, and Nitro cutting a corner gets 3-second penalty for it and loses the place to Marceljan. That is not what you'd have wanted to see. And yeah, that is going to be bad news for him. But Lauda gets the fastest lap of the race. Obviously, handy with the DRS he did have. But Seagull is still half a tenth behind and is absolutely on the hunt now as Brendan Back gets overtaken by MQ. So MQ has P3 on track now, and Brendan Back will just fall down the order.
Nitro looked briefly like he could challenge Marceljan there. Oh. As, oh no, Connor's in the pits. I was wondering whether or not Catalina was actually in a fight there. Speed Racer and Rice, though, did have an overtaking maneuver there in favor of Speed Racer. And well, Marcian, Janeman, and Nitro and the Jan sandwich is still a thing as well. Might be a safety car, actually. At least it's VSC or Prosk DNF.
Well, I don't see the yellow dot on the track, so I am assuming it's a VSC.
Yeah.
And Seagull got past Lauda in all of that promotion. I assume, yeah, VSC. But I assume isn't going to take it. But for getting the timing right of the release is going to be massive for both Seagull and Lauda here. Any mistake from either driver or the other could be gone into the distance as Yeast comes into the pits. How many times has he been in the pits already? Okay, Yeast has already been into the pits 4 times. He's trying to break some record for the most pit stops in Formula Sundays.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, yeah, he is 54 seconds off of Catalina.
Brandenburg also diving into the pits, is presumably going for a set of mediums from here on out. That's going to be rather tight in the end, though. But
he has to take advantage, to be fair.
VSC is sticking around for quite a while, to be honest.
Yeah, especially for a DNF. But yeah, VSC, we've gone green here in Baku, and Brendan Back comes out of the pits 3 seconds down to Speed Racer, obviously on the better tyres, so he'll look to make up ground very quickly. And Rice dives in, obviously having a new front wing installed as well, so he will be very, very far behind as Catalina takes P11, and Yeast is going to be the first driver to be lapped here. But yeah, we'll see, does he affect the leaders potentially with DRS? That's something, I don't know how many people watch or sort of follow along Creator Series, something they complain about is back markers getting involved with front fights at the front. A wall is getting involved with Seagull here as Lauda looks to make the move after Seagull's mistake. Nothing doing as Seagull hugs the inside line here as he pushes on with his race, and both almost at a full tank of ERS, and Lauda completely all over the back of Seagull. Might look to get that move done, burning the energy here. Gets the DRS as well. Move surely completed here, and yes it is, as Seagull picks up the slipstream. I don't think there'll be a move back though, but a nice little move from Lauda, capitalizing on that mistake from Seagull, and 2 seconds behind. MQ slowly catching here, so a bit more bickering might get them that move. Nitro looked for the move to the inside on Marcel Jan, almost went into the pit wall as they're almost at contact, but none found as Yeast is in the pits again. Definitely breaking some sort of record there. As looking around the grid, Seagull is gonna look to catch up again. He's only 6/10 down as Lauda will look to obviously just drive away here. With the only train, well, it's not really a train, the only DRS being active will be for Nitro and Janeman, who are behind Marcel Jan within the second. But both, Nitro has a 3-second penalty, I believe, for cutting one of the corners. Yes, he does. So if Speed Racer can stay within 3 seconds to them, then he might benefit a position change towards the end.
FYI, if Seagull is P1, he wins the drivers.
Yes.
Yes. To be fair though, isn't that like pretty much inevitable? Given
Yes,
that Rapid is like P2 and Rapid is not driving.
Neither's Jimsky, who's in P3.
Yeah.
I also did mention this at the start of the stream, so whoever that is, fraud comment in the Twitch chat. I mentioned this at the start. Why are you not watching the whole stream?
I did not hear that. But then
Oh,
again,
what the hell?
my brain cannot be held accountable today.
Oh.
Seagull hit the wall, remember. Yeah? And what now?
Yes, Seagull hits wall. He's been doing that a lot today. He's I think he's battling Deddy for most times wall was tapped. Because he's certainly contending. And also a gap to keep maybe an eye on in this race is that gap between Hussein and MQ, because when I last looked at it, it was 3 seconds. Now we're looking at it, Hussein is 1.3 seconds behind, and Speed Racer and Brendan back are going side by side here after the first DRS straight. Speed Racer holds the inside line, and Brendan back powers around the outside, and that move isn't just done yet, as Brendan back looks to get the inside line, gets it done now. Those medium tires giving him the benefit, and now he will need to chase after Yanaman, who is being held back a bit by Nitro, who has dropped significantly off of the back of Marceljan. So big moves made, and Marceljan might actually get towards Mofa's DRS here. So lots of moves potentially in the future here.
Oh yeah, the inevitable was referring more to Seagull being driver's champion. Speed Racer more like clean racer nowadays. Like honestly, maybe I'm just misremembering, but wasn't it just literally one race where he got reported 3 times and he did some semi-stupid things, and he has literally done nothing ever apart from in that one race, and he's getting
he's had a few incidents over races.
Yeah, but all of them were like very tiny ones, maybe like a warning on us. So
yeah, there's some that didn't get reported. I'll just add, from some drivers that put them in photos and clips at some point. But it's definitely a massive improvement, considering he said he's new to sort of sim racing at the start of the season. He's doing very well for himself. He's made a massive improvement from what it was when he first came in. So, as I said last week, he had a massive congrats for that, and every 5 seconds I'm hearing the wall tap noise. These elite drivers love the
Fanta is scouting ERS tank of Lauda for Seagull.
That's poor.
Nah, that's actually that's kind of illegal.
Is it?
Nah, he wanted to see if his fuel was fucked. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, kind of isn't, because they are teammates. There's no I mean, I guess.
I mean, Fanta and Seagull are technically teammates. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he can just watch the stream, honestly. It's like, yeah, probably luck to see, like, ERS usage and whatnot.
Yeah. Just don't switch to Lauda, just switch to Seagull. Every time there's a fight between them, just make sure Lauda gets no stream time. But speaking of the gaps, Hussein has clearly made a mistake, because he's dropped off of the back of MQ, still 4-second gap behind, but Marceljan has closed in towards Mofa. Mofa, who's been slowly dropping back on the grid, and well, be very interesting to see if Marceljan's going to get the move done shortly. It feels like it, because he's had the move. And speaking of moves, Nitro and Yanaman are going to go side by side here. That's yeah. As Nitro gets the move done, not somewhere we've seen a move done often without going side by side, but Nitro makes it move done of that, and all of this is just slowly helping Brendan back into oh my god, Seagull in the wall. And Lauda's lost a bit of front wing. Did they go side by side through the castle section? Please tell me you caught that.
I did not.
Oh no.
It does look more like it was a Seagull thing. I don't think Lauda was involved much. Lauda spun and Seagull spun trying to avoid him. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, yeah, because I thought I saw a purple bit of front wing. So, because Seagull's front wing looks completely unharmed.
Oh my god. Lauda's front wing looks, at least it's looking symmetrical. He's missing both end plates.
Oh. Yeah, he pits, yeah. Wow. So MQ leads this race technically, but Seagull, I'm sure, will have no issue dispatching the Mercedes. But that is, Lauda keeps stopping himself. Like, if there was ever a roadblock for a driver, you could say sometimes it's pace, sometimes it's qualifying, but for Lauda, it is just himself.
Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, I was about to cope how it's not entirely over for Lauda, but he's on hard tires and he's all the way at the back of the grid. Gonna have a lot to work through to get into a winning position again.
Yeah, and well, he makes quick work of Speed Racer, already out of the pits, and he will look to make an absolute charge now towards the front. Fantas, considering you're on Seagull Cam, does he have any damage?
I don't think he has. I looked.
Yeah, I looked as well, but I wanna double check. I wanna make sure from our man inside the cam. But no, that's truly made the race interesting. Seagull has not exactly breezed past MQ, even though he's got the ERS advantage and the tyre advantage. So MQ is making this more difficult than Seagull would want. But with Hussein behind, he is going to have to push on. And yeah, DRS opened. It's 4/10 a gap. Surely he gets the move done. Both drivers burning ERS now. But Seagull has the advantage in that department. Moves down to the left-hand side and gets the move done. He reclaims the lead of this race. And MQ did his best to hang on. He'll still be in the DRS for this next straight. But with 10-second penalty, it feels like he is just racing time trial. And every bit of DRS he can get would help.
Yeah, he's not losing too much, actually. I think he would drop down to 5th or so with his 10 seconds if he can keep up with Seagull well. But yeah, that's of course a little bit pain for him. But yeah.
Very much. Because that's the first thing we'll see. He has done something to mess up his race in a lot of races this season. He would be a lot higher up the championship, in my opinion, if it wasn't for some little mistakes which would set him back that little bit further. But Seagull, in his attempt to get rid of MQ, is doing a very good job at the minute. It's at 8/10 and the gap is just ever increasing. Obviously, as it stands, it's a Seagull Hussein Mofa podium, which is a very good result for Mofa. But there's one man looking to change that final step at the minute, and it's Marceljan.
Yeah, Marceljan is in prime position to take this P3. But of course has to keep it clean as well. I think even a 3-second penalty would be enough for him to drop out of the podium ranks. And honestly, by the pace that Seagull and MQ are going right now, he might just lose that position either way. No, it is currently 9 seconds between MQ and Marceljan, so it's not really that far away of being out of reach for him, and he's not gonna get past Mofa here. Been forced the wide way around. Oh, and there's a car. That is Yeast, who's going into the emergency exit. Yeast, I think by now, has seen every single one of them.
Yeah, and he's going to see Speed Racer again for the second time as he moves out of the way of Speed Racer.
Nice little double overtake by Lauda against Brandenbach and Jannemann, but Brandenbach made the comeback.
Jannemann ended in the wall. That's what happened. Jannemann ended up in the wall from that.
To be fair, I don't think this was really Lauda's fault. It looked like Brandenbach cut across a little bit there.
I didn't know, but Nitro gets past
Marceljan and Mofa. Whoa, what is going on here? This is... Oh my god. Yeah, Mofa is going Bottas bowling.
Bit of contact, I think, between the two. Because Mofa certainly not happy, and this puts Brendan back in that position. Oh no, actually, because the gap is so big now. MQ, as it stands, will only lose out to Hussein So, what we just missed it. I feel like we've missed everything.
I think Mofa and Marcian went side by side, and Mofa crashed into a wall, causing big time loss and everybody around to close up again. I mean, Lauda is in prime position to take 4th position right now, so yeah, it's really interesting to see. Hussein also gained big time on MQ and Seagull, so I wonder what's been going on up there.
Yeah,
Lauda's through, and Brandenburg goes through Nitro as well.
Yeah, obviously, Marceljan and Mofa still stuck together as Yanaman comes into the pits. Yeast does again as well. Surely this time is to retire. Or is he... okay, hold on. I'm going to see how many pits.
Nah, Yeast is in it for the fun.
He's on his 11th pit stop.
He's going to Inters.
He's now on the Inters.
Well, maybe he knows something we don't.
Clearly. He's only missing the wets now, which I'm sure will be next lap. But around the grid, yeah, Brendan now leads a massive train behind him. Lauda, Marceljan, Mofa, all behind here. And another yellow flag into Yeast. It's just Yeast getting out of the way on the intermediates few. And Lauda, very nice move. You don't normally see a move there. Lauda makes the space, and it's a brilliant move on Nitro. Nitro won't want to fight that too much. He's got the 3-second penalty, which sends him to the back of the train anyway. So he will just want to hold on and be happy to stay with this group. But Lauda on an absolute tear.
Oh yeah, Hussein is also on fresher tires, which is why he's catching. Completely forgot that he pitted in VSC. So that advantage is gonna come into play now. All of them are on hards, of course, but Hussein by far on the freshest. Brandenburg is on mediums here. Those are rather old as well. Should be an easy dispatch for Lauda here.
Yeah, easy enough, yeah. There you go. Got the move done, and that's the move he needs to do, but there's 11 seconds standing now between him and Hussein, and that is one a hell of a margin to break down, especially if Brendan does want to make it difficult for him. But with the gap on the tyre wear, I assume Brendan won't be able to do any impact towards Lauda as he shoots off into the distance. And Hussein is almost within the 1 second of MQ here. MQ hanging on to Seagull's 1 second for dear life, but Hussein has caught massively here. Another one going under the radar, and Hussein just appears in the podium places again.
Yeah, good performance by him so far. He has it in him, honestly, to go for the win here. It's not that far behind MQ, and if he can get DRS...
Huge DRS advantage as well. Hussein's on 60%, where MQ and Seagull are both on 20.
So yeah. He has the better tires for the entirety of the remaining 4 laps, and he's been gaining quickly on these so far. I don't really see why that should change.
Nah, neither do I. But MQ has been dropped out of the DRS, so Hussein is now in prime position, has the DRS advantage, doesn't need it by the looks of things, as he gets past MQ, who will just be begging for everything that Lauda makes another mistake, because as it stands, he will be finishing P4 just off of the podium spaces. But now we get another exciting battle for the lead. We're going to see Seagull and Hussein battle it out here, neither having that penalty, so neither will be affected or drop places like MQ will with that 10-second penalty on his back. But yeah, we have a real fight for the lead now.
A little bit of a wall hit by Hussein here. It's 3 laps to go, so Seagull's ability to clutch the championship is gonna be a little bit under threat, I guess, by Hussein. But then again, he needs 1 more point. You're not gonna tell me Seagull is finishing outside of the points twice in a row.
Last to first challenge gone wrong.
Maybe. But then
I mean,
again, also, who is second right now? Rapid?
Rapid's
Jimsky?
he's not racing. Rapid's not racing.
Yeah, so
That's the like nail in the coffin.
it's
compared to
basically
Challenger.
Jova.
Yeah, that's like at least in Challenger you've got DJ who is still racing and still very competitive, whereas Rapid has completely given up on the season. So Seagull, I'm pretty sure he's won it already, but for statistics' sake, he should go on to win this here. But Hussein might have dropped out of DRS here. Dare I say it was very close
He has it.
on the detection point.
Yeah, he's.
Oh.
I mean, he's not going to be in range for a move, but he's going to gain at least some tenths.
Yeah, he didn't get DRS either, which I'm sure he'd have wanted, because that would have dragged him probably to about 3 tenths behind the Williams. But and nonetheless, he is very, very close behind. And if I was to say, I'd be waiting until either the next lap or the final lap to be making this move. And yeah, it's been a very, very good race from Hussein anonymously. He has sort of waited for everything to unfold. Oh my god. Waited for everything to unfold in front of him and taken advantage of it. But speaking of that, Lauda only 6 seconds back from the front pack now. So a mistake from Seagull could see Lauda come all the way back into this race, but highly unlikely.
Yeah, it's not looking too likely. I mean, still, I think with that big mistake, recovering to P3 ultimately. Oh, actually, Seagull did slide through that castle section very, very much so. But either way, I think Lauda getting P3 is still a very decent salvation for the race, as it was a pretty decent one so far. Could have been his win. But yeah, unfortunately, of course, fumbling it in the castle section.
Yeah, as he'll probably say in the chat after, could have, should have, but it wouldn't have been his win. As Hussein now, very, very close behind. 4 tenths is the gap, and he has the ERS advantage here. He might look for a move, but in my opinion, it's a bit early to go for it. But Hussein takes the lead of the race for the first time on lap 25, and Seagull will be chasing again. And for the first time again since Lauda spun his car, Seagull has a proper challenge for the lead here.
Still 2 races, two laps to go. The drag race to the line is real, of course, in the last one. So realistically, the race-winning move is not coming in this lap. It's rather coming on the very last lap. Hard tires are all over the place, I think. From what I can see, they should be above the 50% wear at this point. If I'm putting that in, like, the data I see here is when everybody pitted. Hussein's, of course, should be a little bit fresher. 50% though is not too great. Hards, of course, not really struggling so much with wear. Still pretty decent at higher wear. But still, I think like if you go towards the 60s, it's not going to be the funnest time either way. So the advantage for Hussein is definitely there.
Yeah, Brendan Back has pit again. So whether he was struggling with tyre wear or maybe he had a puncture, we don't know. But that is slightly unfortunate for him because he was doing well in that train. And Yeast, after going into the pit lane, what would it be, 13 times now? Yep, 13 times, he has finally crossed the pit exit line wrong and picks up 10 seconds. I mean, entering the pit lane 13 times, how dare you get it wrong once?
Well, every other lap for Yeast. 2 laps down as well.
Seagull not able to make a move either on that final straight, so he's going to have to rely on this straight to get the move done.
No, I think he can go for the very last straight. I don't think he's going to get it done here neither. And it does look like Hussein has this well under control. Lauda actually closed up all the way to MQ here. He's likely even going to be able to overtake him on track. Well, that just happened.
Oh! Oh, that is...
he lost his entire front wing. I'm not sure if that was Lauda actually.
No, but like, did he go wide or something because of
I'm
the
not
move? Or
sure.
because that is heartbreaking. So he's gonna
Yeah,
lose
he's gonna
all the
lose a lot of
positions.
positions now. I mean, I don't think he's gonna drop all the way to Speed Racer, but this is P4 versus P7 now.
Yeah, and Hussein's opened the gap up to a second.
Yeah,
So he's
Seagull
looking
has to
to
spend
get
all
out of
his
there.
ERS now to even get in the ERS range, which is not what you want to do really, because you need the DRS for the ERS for the overtake. But I think his tires are just gone, and as Fanta said earlier, Seagull has light green front wing damage as well. So
Yeah.
maybe that's that.
Oh,
Oh,
MQ's in the wall again. That is just. Is he going to hit his teammate again? Now more Mercedes into team contact will not be grand. Brendan back picks up a 3-second penalty as Yeast finally pits for the wets, and Hussein crosses the line as the race winner. He's been so unfortunate this season, but he gets Lady Luck on his side today and wins in Baku. Seagull and Lauda rounding out the podium, and Nitro is going to get P4 on track, but it's going to be Marcel Jan. It's still a very good P5 for Nitro, as now it's going to be Mofa crossing the line in P6,
yeah,
and
Brenton back,
MQ.
Janneman and Speed Racer, drag race down to the finish line. 3 wide here. Who's gonna come out on top? It is not Speed Racer, that's for sure, but is Janneman gonna get it? Oh, super close there between the 3 of them. Janneman is gonna come out on top, I think, by the virtue of time penalties. And so yeah, MQ in the end DNFing there, not even getting over the line at all.
Catalina points, woo!
Yeah. Rice is still a good bit back, and so is Yeast. Let's give the man some screen time on his full wets.
Yeah, go on, let's do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's...
just look at Elite Tier. Let's look at Elite Tier General a second.
Yeah, wait. We can look at Elite General after. Oh, why am I being pinged in
Why?
every single general chat?
Why is Rice reversing down the straight? I mean, I expect it. Maybe he's waiting for Yeast. Maybe he wants a bit of side by side with the wet runner before the end. But they look like even though. Oh, Rice!
Yeah.
Oh, Rice is going in reverse again. Oh, you gotta love it. Yeast, even though he was like 100 laps down, crosses the finish line after pitting 14 times. He's gonna try and make it 15, but Rice, realizing he can't reverse all the way in, is going to get that to the line. And yeah, well, as Seagull said, let's just define this race as content.
Damn. Or
Yeah.
we're just being pinged in every channel where someone put a spam link.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like, oh, something important has happened, but nope. A lame event that requires a singular ping has happened. Either way, regardless, Hussein has won another race, finally, after all. And yeah, with quite a stunning drive, honestly. Good call to drive for the new tires in the VSC, and then he's just made it all up himself with raw pace. No help from external factors, no further safety cars or anything getting him there. Really just brilliant strategy call and execution. And yeah, Seagull could not quite best him in the very end. Lauda recovered to P3 after his mistake. And of course, very unfortunate for MQ in the end. Dropping all the way down to 11th with that last lap mistake. Yeah, tough one for him.
yeah,
But,
very tough.
oh god. Are we not gonna
Another one back.
see the stats now? Oh no, I think we're fine.
Yeast has surely broken the record for most pit stops in a Formula Sundays race.
Very likely, yes.
Congrats, new record holder. Woo.
Woohoo! Yeah, given we are not seeing final stats here, I guess I'm just gonna move the tool in here real quick. This is your final finishing order. Yeah, Lauda with the fastest lap in the end, no big surprise really. And yeah, that's that, I guess. So yeah. Next week is Hungary. One of the tracks I personally despise watching because it's not a good track for racing in my opinion. But everything can happen.
Stream next week. Maybe you don't stream next week.
Yeah, maybe I'm just actually not streaming next week. Maybe you never give me a message and then I'm never actually still rocking up to the stream anyways.
Exactly, you guys will have to find out next week.
Nah, there will probably be a stream unless I'm legitimately dying. So, yeah. Next week is when we will speak again, I guess. So, till then... Oh, well, did I have Challenger tier enabled the entire time? Whoops. Yeah, this was obviously Elite tier. My bad. Fixed the overlay last second. But yeah. Before this goes into obscurity, thank you all for watching and for driving and for casting with me, and good night.
Bye-bye.
And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays.